Hi, it's Veronica with the Crafty Oasis. Today I wanted to show you how to make these play debit cards. These were made to accompany my Budgeting for Independence workshop for my students so that they could get a feel of actually having one and what they look like. This is a double-sided design without having to flip it in the printer or having a duplex printer. So that's actually incorporated into the tutorial as well. And this is a great way for if you're teaching budgeting, money management, for your kids to play, if you homeschool, if you're a teacher, there are a lot of uses for it. So let's hop into Canva and see how we made this. Now that we're in Canva, we're going to go ahead and go to create custom size, and then I put in 4x6 because I'm actually doing this on photos with a photo printer, or I intended to do that. So once we have our canvas size, we'll go to elements and we will grab a rounded square. Make sure that you are getting the shape so that you can manipulate all sides, and you'll know that you have the shape because it'll either come from shape or once you put it on the canvas, when you zoom in, you'll see 4 white circles in the corner and then 4 white rectangles around the edges. I changed the size of this rectangle to 3.5 by 1.2 inches, and then after that I press enter or hit the arrow so that it saves the size. And then from here I'm just rearranging it. And now I go over to stroke, which is those progressively larger rectangles, and I am changing the color fill now. I'm changing the color fill to transparent or no fill. Now I select this and I duplicate so that they are side by side. This is how I make a lot of my things, like an ID badge. I made these debit cards. This is my method for bookmarks and for savings challenges as well. It's an easy way to get double-sided prints without having to have a duplex printer or trying to figure out how to flip it and rotate it in a printer that doesn't do duplex or double-sided. Now I'm going to add my logo for brand continuity and also because they're called Crafty cards. And then after I add my logo, I saved a watercolor background that I liked and I added it to a folder. And so I'm going to add that to the card. It's not going to be the entire card shape, it's just going to act as a background on it. So it covers almost the entire rounded rectangle shape. And then I go to elements and I add text. I always just choose the very first heading because I always manipulate the size and font style anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. So in here I type in debit card so that way my students know that it's supposed to be a debit card. And then I duplicate that text box so that I can put the individual student's name. So whoever is part of the workshop, if I have a budgeting workshop, or if I have someone order this online, then I can customize it to the child's name that is using it. So the top is the front of the card, and then once it's printed and laminated, the bottom will be the back of the card. And so this is where I put the card number, and I put a rectangle for a magnetic stripe, the expiration date. That way it has all the features of a debit card so the kids can get used to actually seeing it and understanding their function. Next, I grab kind of a hollow semicircle from the elements. This is in the basic shapes, and I'm going to duplicate this for a total of 3 times, so that way they somewhat resemble the tap to pay, like the Wi-Fi kind of signal, the frequency coming out. And that just is another detail that I add just to kind of mimic, again, the real debit cards that they'll see. Once the design of the debit card is done, then I go to share, PDF print, download, and then I print it either on my photo printer, or I can even upload this as an image to an 8.5 by 11. So if you found this video valuable, save it and share, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.